Nti so be no drugs area now or the make a decision. Area or the jersey idea.
Okay.
What the solve problem?
Wow.
Sad no money in
That the damage that the drug has caused on our brains, right? That's the reason why some people could stay in rehabs and everything and still go back and smoke the shit again, right? And then for the broken homes, I'm number one. Yeah, I come from a very fucked up family. Okay, it's fucked up. So maybe I'm sure that my addiction is coming from that part because I didn't know where I was belonging to. All right. When I was living in Kaswa, I was going to a church that I didn't even understand the church, but I wasn't understanding shit they were saying. When they say go for a senka, I won't be in some boys' room and then really chat. Like, you understand? And then they were used to smoke and I used to see it, but I was a kid, right? I didn't really understand what was going on. So when I traveled and I was seeing all that, I'm like, yo, then this should be something I should try on just because I run away from the house and then I need to do stuff too. So because I was lonely and I felt like
Nti say all try say our best up here. It is not easy for them without the medical management. And even with those I manage your monocra, it is not easy. When you become addicted to the drug, substance abuse, and Ghana problem, a global problem. And it's a global threat, public threat. If you say me, hey, minimum for bibria, omo weja woman who because of drugs. Minim bebre busuya bebre mu atete because of drugs. Minim krofo bibria, omo career IND because of drugs. So it's a public threat and a global problem. Inti uko country BI would the way out to me sorting in nuboni and 170. By Ghana no, because of our misconceptions. Inti ama yentumi hu say a problem yare na ye beboa na omo omanya bi no etumi afrim. Yenisa tramadol, the original tramadol is not psychoactive drugs.
Okay.
The psychoactive drugs no or tramadol tramadol a prescription medication.
Okay.
I know so who severe pain more 50 to 100 milligram per. But the one that they abuse in onipabonophobia and we're combining medications. I have high dosage and or the higher tramadol.
Okay.
And know so omunuma omutumi nya ab.
Audio Jungle.
Hello, my good people. Media any gunshot. Frame Papa Lemfi. Quick one. Are you on Lemfi? If no, download the Lemfi app and remember to use my referral code gunshot. GUNSHOT. Make the Lemfi end back about. So if you are in Ghana, download the end back with Lemfi app on the Apple Store or Play Store. We are send the link no ekoma sister bia or abroad. Send the link no ekoma papa bia or Canada. Send the link ma unwa bia or London. Enter for their first time, I'm send $100, €100, £100 and above. Eddie break obia or Ghana instant na o them 100 Ghana cedi. What me send many padu bia pibia for calculator na for pen. O send many pa 30 o them say Papa Lemfi, me say for boga etoso. Lemfi emre tiom no o send ya na.
Blessings follow me. Only good things follow me. Now every blogger posting about me. Put respect on me name.
Hello, my good and beautiful people. Mesa church amu nyina mo bio. Megiri se onyame adom ane ne homobro. Se ne official mo ye ne sa pepepe ana wa ohwe me onso ohun eye. Ene ba bia meti aha aye adwoso asanwase. Na se abusuafo nim dada se me ba adwoso asanwase aye willing way rehabilitation and recovery center aha enamti. Me maame out me nsa enifa so ono na efi ha enso ehye ne nsa menua ba Nada enso victim ono so someone odin ho awura nuboni mu a afi na nyame na madom so na me maami ene yeso enso esa ne are ye bra enso obi a ono so adwuma ofi ha nene. I've been thinking about this thing. I was like, no, I then am maami we ho na me ne no endisade ho nkomo, because when you talk about drug addiction, drug na mo addiction no den, like we more times you confuse any money but the person me tis any money say drug addiction And obi say is addiction a disease? Say ka say addiction yare ana de ade. Mommy, me mo adwo.
Yeah, yeah.
Na apomboko.
Nyankopon adom na so.
Nyame adarma sa pepepe. Me so me ho ye pa. Mommy, me ka say ene more questions bi a me pese me busa.
Okay.
Say ka say drug addictor. Like ensonsune bi wo mu.
Okay, yo. Me da wase pa me fa wo fidi kese so echia wahwefo nyina. You can say drug addiction. Okay, let's start from drug and then the abuse.
Okay.
Now for the abuse addiction.
Okay.
You can say drug ye any chemical be a alter about lipidemia. Say me fi say wo do wo baby ye wo ya na wo fa etumi eboa ehele and your drug.
Okay.
Okay, so let's come to the abuse. Abuse is the excess use of the drug.
Okay.
Until we were 3 different abuse. Okay, so first of all, your medication, over-the-counter medication and for abuse,
Okay.
Over-the-counter a drugstore, a to me for abuse, Your prescription medications are for abuse, and your psychoactive drugs and also for abuse, Okay, so let's start with the over-the-counter medication. Over-the-counter medication, yeah. Obi antro hwe ma o na wa oti wo na wo sisi ye o ya oti ye o ya no anante akọ drugstore say me pese me to aduro if say me sisi ye me ya nti ono a hwe the way ye ono ama obi eno de prescription bi ya ni wa obetumi anante na wakoto fine nti ebi ye den ebi ye paracetamol. Okay, and common for we the women say in your menses you cause severe pain, you go through a lot of pain. Into cotonia trauma no man part 2 area 2 and 2. But because of the pain, ubi to me no for such a thing. Okay, so your prescription medication, trauma, it be a then, it be a morphine, petidine, and so for abuse. Petidine a drug. Me fancy you nuamu nurse for doctors for no abuse a lot. If you say yeah the mouth say who severe pain beer, especially say well yeah your surgery we now severe pains beer. Doctor to meet your mouth maybe with a low dosage.
Okay.
But because of some euphoric side, I don't want to go into details.
Okay.
Among for abuse,
Okay.
And your psychoactive drugs. Okay, and he said what to a drew pharmacy now no na say Nadia humi no say adena na osisi ye wo ya e de aduro na ono yi misisi ye me ya no menum ebia menum aduro we o fama me na me so menum bi wa anko ne an check o waje anu e abuse. Enti maami fo omo marketer ebi sisi ebi kotodwe ebi hin omo ji omo nan fufu aduro because doctor am prescribe am omo abuse. Okay, so let's come to psychoactive drugs. Psychoactive drugs are illicit drugs. Drugs are a changing functions of the brain. Nti yebeko about addiction near who psychoactive drugs. Okay, so illicit drugs, ebi a weed, cocaine, heroin, and the rest.
Tramadol.
Alcohol and the rest. Tramadol, the original tramadol is not psychoactive drugs. The psychoactive drugs no or tramadol tramadol a prescription medication. I know so who severe pain my 50 to 100 milligram per. But the one that they abuse in onipabonophobia and we're combining medications. I have high dosage and or the higher tramadol. It I know so omutumi nya abuse and numa etumi act the same thing as the way psychoactive drugs again. Okay, so these psychoactive drugs nyoma bebre woni padua ni enti mepese be ba no beka first thing about addiction na ya continue.
Is addiction a disease?
Yes.
It has been nearly 70 years since the science and medical community have defined addiction as a chronic brain disease. Still today, many think it is normal failing.
Wow.
Addiction or substance use disorder is not a choice. It's not due to lack of willpower. Addiction is a chronic brain disease that can be compared to other chronic diseases like diabetes,
Okay.
heart disease,
Okay.
and high blood pressure.
Oh.
Chronic diseases often cannot be prevented by vaccines, nor do they just go away on their own. A person does not choose to become addicted. The person's body responds differently when exposed to psychoactive substances.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Nti the occurring in many people, even including the learned, think say addiction will be na sheda. A person or
But
ye
they may addict.
ekoto
Okay.
drug abuse and answer addiction. Many people nti na ama sebi meka say very difficult Ghana has say because many people have their misconceptions about it. People have believe be a negative belief about the whole addiction. Until the kind say it's about nearly to 70 years and a science and medical community defining addiction say a chronic brain disorder. Nti enye se obi ahyɛ da ɛna deɛ ɔyɛ no ɔyɛ no sɛ woyare malaria anaasɛ wonyim a yɛwɔ symptoms bi a aberewa koraa a wankɔ school no ɔte fie no ɔhwɛ symptoms na ɛba na ohu sɛ asomasi ɔnyim anaasɛ asomasi ɔwɔ yareɛ sei anaasɛ ɔwɔ sei saa na medicine no obi nso present disease symptoms bi a ɔmo hu sɛ ɛyɛ ɔwɔ condition sei nti addiction is a chronic brain disorder. You classify it as hypertension, diabetes, heart diseases, and the rest. Sound addiction.
That's addiction. Addiction in question now you can once an yare.
It's a brain disorder.
Okay.
The moment we take this psychoactive drugs, it changes the brain functions.
Okay.
And say change adrenal functions now. I think say Simon, go on.
So chronic diseases often.
No, you can go to the second.
Okay.
Okay.
So how addiction changes the brain?
And to saying addiction, how I change it
Okay.
adrenal, saying it here.
Okay.
Impaired self-control. Repeated substances use
Self-control. Okay.
use diminishes the influence of the brain cortex, which is responsible to deliberate decision making, judgment, and self-control.
Into first of all, impair judgment. Okay, until so be no drugs are area now or the make a decision. Area or the judge idea.
Okay.
What the solve problem in saying.
Wow.
Sad no money in saying.
Wow.
And the debium cause second one I'm saying.
The second one is physical dependence. Over time, the brain adapts to the presence of drug, which leads to physical dependence. As a result, the body begins to rely on the substances to function normally. And when the drug is reduced or stopped, withdrawal symptoms such as anxiety, nausea, irritability, and cravings may often.
Okay. The moment obenomunya physical dependency. Okay, nti say all try say our best up here. It is not easy for them without the medical management. And even with those I manage your monocra, it is not easy. When you become addicted to the drug, I had to say who dependent. You say drug dependency.
Okay.
Drug dependent. I had to say, yeah, then yankupon. Collaborate or Danny Mammy and Papa Sanso and a Unipeduan or the Dan Bonino.
Wow.
And it's a way in your no more. And my go through anxiety and the rest in our depression and the rest in our boss and my go through that. Cravings will be craving a lot or why until now be say be more why at you ourselves. So we pay 5 years, 10 years, they will come back and smoke because it's a chronic disease. Because you treat adrenal.
Okay.
And once I went treat adrenal, they will go and come back and still go back to the drugs.
Okay.
Because it's a chronic relapsing brain disorder. She said, we treat adrenal and sana will be to me adeo. And yes, our physical dependent, physical science will a bed stable.
Wow. Okay, Mom, in this case, let me ask you this question. Say to say na ye feel say ebia nipa na enye bia anye for emre tintin bia o se nka otwa so no nye sa nete
No.
o se o treat anka say
I was
because
say
yare.
yeah, it's a long-term treatment. Until na yeah prevention, send a ya ubi ankotom because okotoma you need obi a recover from addiction. You're from a person in recovery, a process. Until na person you prevent send a ya ubi into me enkotom. Okay,
Wow.
so
So why do people abuse drug?
okay. Until let me come in. Why do people abuse this drug? Aden na ye maame mu mpanifo ye mutumi kotoko de diazepam obi wo ho a owo problem bi ni a ontumi na doctor atro diazepam ama ne se koto nomni sen time no beso nipa ne still obesan koto ato aso abra ye prescribe man sa aden na nkrofo tumi gigi nkrofo aduro no abra ye prescribe man o aden na ebi mu so taking no the excess abra the prescriber and the man no what taking more than that. And yes, why do people abuse this drug? Yeah, can in general say okay, so why do people abuse these drugs? Say wahaya ubia woni fia ni maame ne papa wo no pese okọ school be bibi daache no den na nkofo endi ghetto.
Okay.
Why do people leave their homes and sleeps in the ghetto? People have their mansions, but when they become addicted to the drug, omo fifie no makoda bonten.
Amen.
Nti aden na nkofo nom drugs. Okay.
So one is peer influence.
Peer
Peer
influence.
influence. Okay.
Okay, so like peer pressure, peer influence, we are together, minumbi. So manumbi, I don't fit in. It's first of all, it's peer influence.
Okay.
Loneliness.
Loneliness. Sɛ
Loneliness.
wote hɔ a wonni obiara mmɔ nkɔmmɔ, wonni adamfo, wonni yere, wonni kun, wonni papa. Ayɛ wo nkoankonam. Sɛ nyame ammoa wo a, na wowɔ saa influences yi bi from a friend a, anaasɛ so woatete nneɔma bi dada, you choose to go to the drugs.
Okay.
Okay.
So broken homes.
Broken homes. Ma efi a maame ne papa agya awareɛ. Maame te baabi, papa te baabi. Ɛyɛ one of the factors. A mɛsrɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ ɔmo ntie ne yie paa. Sɛ ɔbaa ne bɛrima agya awareɛ, nkwalaa ne go through a lot. Many people are ending on street so, but they have their father somewhere and their mother somewhere. Into broken homes, the etibiano. Let's try say yeah emma mpo say banswa. We should know how to manage the kids because they go through a lot. O pe bibi akwaji o papa o boga o mame e wo techiman o papa wa ha ko papa ho ko mame ho nti nkwala ne ka atimtem. Into broken homes one of the major factors.
Stress and depression.
Stress and depression. So what chronic stress? What type of stress or what acute stress? Your episodic stress and your chronic stress. Chronic stress. So you unipe bi a wuntumi manage stress ebetumi lead you into nobody no.
Wow.
If you said debia na or how amani adwendwen untumi na eyaw until the only thing comes to your mind is that mami take bibi na me fanda. Until no etumi leading crofo bebre into addiction. Curiosity and experimentation. People think say minya small boy bi wa ha. Na ohwe na no 14 years na ochre one of the nurses say ubo kube nsuo na odi ade bi tuma utumi ni oba da pa.
Okay.
Na me hwe be ma wugina ho ne sisi a odi kasa asem na se obeka kire me because me and peer me and adamfo nti I'll go and try.
Okay.
No matter what is inside the omo can. It's many people omo ye experiment to know what is inside the drug the nyoma na omo can. Until through curiosity, experimentation, broken homes, stress and anxiety, and loneliness. Adia back also a me ade. A parent omo accepted drugs.
Okay.
Ekrom ha awufo bebre ya baseboni. I'm telling you, se manye adwuma yanka menim. My treating crofo bebre omo maame mo to weed. Enye papa fo no maame fo e ton weed. Obi ton koku no ton weed. Na minya visitors from Kenya baby amiko school ni ba. Na boy na ye due for discharge. Also on coffee. Until omo ye counselors so they were talking to him and or say ne trigger pa ye ne maame ton ade ni bia ho ye ghetto. But I wasn't sure. I said, okay, you be ko ho ne ne o maame akakasa. I reho sem ni say yet why ne maame ne kasa nyina na boys no mo ya no maba na maame na bi esu no yi amom. Many way na be hu. Many people, many of them omo ton drugs ni bi. Enti se me maame ton nsa minima kwala bi a at the age of 6 years ni maame yo hima ono so mba na omugu nsa no afa de glass ni mu. Onya 7 to 8 no are addicted to alcohol. Serious one. Enti media me average use a me hu ewo Ghana ha is about 8 years. Wo bones ankasa. So and a parent ni bi also ho a omo asoma nkwala no ekoto drugs. Koto jot bremi. Koto weed bremi ni girl bi wa ha. Me treating no coffee and na relapses about. So I was asking why. One day I catch him say ma me ni me papa nyina no mbom. Anti no parent a omo accept drugs. It is no easy. Say omo ba no because omo ye role models. Omo who ye say like me sua me papa me sua me mama nti say omo ye oba tan na utie me. Na o start small wo back koto jot koto we ene nsa breme a kai say already no waji folder wa hadada. Onyi yesen nyame abata obekwa akotom. Enti there are so many ways for abuse drugs. Okay, loss of a loved one. So being in my mini papa ti ho eni gym na bibia be fa busuani mienu nyina free ho. Na otwa nani a oni de obeka na sama kire no nyame ampata ode benum no bone. Se manya adwuma we ya anka minim se Ghana a Christian country but ebusuafo ni bitiri mo eden pa bebre agege omo properties. Omo maame ni omo papa ewu no na me obi wa ha wotena ha 10 years na me fight ya fe no kofi ya de ne dan nyina ma rent. Enti all these things and ma enkwala no moving some hwe o TV so ni ade no ebi omo role model bi omo follow no o use bi sa all those things no a leading kwala no into drug abuse.
Wow.
Na penny a obenum drugs no sebi na nadwuma se na ne bema problem abem. Enti ma papa for no enye easy se obe convince papa bi ana maami panimu bi se onnom no bone chi se bia we hu se bema ne bema nya adwuma bi no de ayen sare o se ade we be wu de enka ne de besi no de ayen nsa no ebi omo so we breadwinner of the family na afa bibi nti ontumi provide biu and also ebeye problem wakoji aban besia e de ye adwuma bi na eja tom anase asamato nyame ampata ode be yensa no. It's all those things elidi inipa na otunum endobone.
Wow. Ha, family. And I assume there I know say there's not just a video, what I say, a form of education, and you have to pay for it because so benya bibi hunim there, you have to pay for it. You know, when you're way free or no, say yeah, mommy, and so about time say, Sebi, obeboa na yenu mo a mo fam hu wura enumani mu so ebetwa mo ho afri mu what I say. Nti besere said the ate no ha yi, moma yemfa nya asemhia emfa mo yentoma no. Sa video yi ema yenkwa yenhwe yemfrɛ ye man no mo ntra ho yema mo nhwe bi because time bia me ka say a lot of people abe drug addicts ebi abe junkies efifie de dagata mu get to any ade because o man who junkie da. And if you have the opportunity watching such videos from here you go get to you go fa junkie any junkie nya interruption any omudi nkomo ekwan fa so be addict any sane man you learn from it. No atwe why dey efiri because enya baakofo na ne maame ne abrewa what I say nada.
Okay, before nada bebem no na nkampese me kan lack of parental supervision. About time bebre awowo omagya omoma no ato omonana mo so omagya ato nani so ene nkrofo na ehwe.
Okay.
Enti sa wo ye oba time na wa ma wani ankon kwala ne ho you know say wa wo kwaku but you don't know kwaku. Enti bro according to research yes lack of parental supervision and also number one cause of drug addiction.
Okay.
Say ube sorry ahmachi eja 20 cedis na okwa adwuma So na wonni time would be
Mama,
sure man. Wonni o man down for adamfofoɔ wonni nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo ne ɔmo movie no nyame ampata a na okonya saa nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo influence na obetumi anom drugs nti lack of parental supervision awofo no yawo yɛn try ne yɛn ma yɛn nan si hɔ ne yɛn hwɛ nkwalaa no yɛn mo yɛ ne nkɔmɔ.
wow. Mama. Nada,
Yeah.
I know, sir, you have been here since the bottom of this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Before we will talk about signs and symptoms, no. So far, in Komoya Yedi and Sebeka Frau, wow, do home a ra in Bonimuno. And Komoya Yedi, Sena Usi Fanifana, Sena Usi Etia CFA.
Well, it's very educative, okay, because most of us are taking the drugs and we don't know what it's about or anything about it. Like, we have fortunate ones and unfortunate ones, okay, which is the one who took it the first day. I was unfortunate because I took it and I liked it. But the
Okay.
one who was fortunate took it and maybe vomited it out and then was like, hey, this is not for me. But the unfortunate ones were the one who liked it and then wanted more of it. Okay, for me, I've studied a little bit today from mommy a lot because she said what she said that the damage that the drug has caused on our brains, right? That's the reason why some people could stay in rehabs and everything and still go back and smoke the shit again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think for this rehab, we have service. We come for service, right? We come and then we learn over here. We learn a lot every day. We come for NA meetings. So the NA meetings educate us on the drugs and then our personal, discipline on how we should treat ourselves.
Okay.
So yeah, we are working on that too. But today I've really learned a lot. Like most of the things that I didn't even know about. Like it's very 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 cool. And then for the broken homes, I'm number one. Yeah, I come from a very fucked up family. Okay, it's fucked up. So maybe I'm sure that my addiction is coming from that part because I didn't know where I was belonging to. All right. When I was living in Kaswa, I was going to a church that I didn't even understand the church. And everybody have to go to the church because if you don't go, Auntie B will beat you. Yeah. And if I don't, I got baptized because my auntie's little kid has been baptized. So why won't I go and be baptized? Fast. I went to baptize myself. I started the church giddy giddy, but I wasn't understanding shit they were saying. When they say go for a senka, I won't be in some boys' room and then read the chat. Like, you understand? And then they were used to smoke and I used to see it, but I was a kid, right? I didn't really understand what was going on. So when I traveled and I was seeing all that, I'm like, yo, then this should be something I should try on just because I run away from the house and then I need to do stuff too. So because I was lonely and I felt like there's nobody, because when you were a kid, they were all on you, hey, if you don't go here, but they were not explaining it to us. The
Okay.
parents, they don't sit their kids down to explain to you that,
Okay.
hey, don't go here because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell you, don't go. If you go, they just start hitting you. But you should sit down and explain it to the kid.
Mm-hmm.
This and this and this is what causes this and this is what.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? When I broke my virginity, now I know shit about it. I was seeing it on movies and stuff like that. I haven't even done it. My mom said I did it. Right? So I have to do it because she said I've done it, but also I didn't do it. But she didn't sit me down to tell me that, hey, when you go with a guy and a guy looks at you, you look at, because I didn't stay with my father. I didn't get that fatherly love thing. You get it? So any boy that showed me attention was like, oh my God, like this person really cares about me. That is my problem. Right? That's how come even a guy introduced me into the smoking because he was doing everything for me. So if this guy loves me so much and he's smoking,
Mm-hmm.
would he make me do something that would kill me? No.
Yes. Yes, I understand
You
that
get
point.
it? And
Yeah.
we're using it to get money too. I could get off high and then, talk to clients so much because it's a hard work to talk to a client. It's very, very hard. But look at me using all my intelligence for bad thing. But I thought it was so cool
Wow.
and not even caring. But he used to take care of me. After we smoke, he gives me vitamins. He gives me things that was making me look good, very very good. That you wouldn't even see that I was like, you know. But got to a point I was wanting more and more, and he couldn't what. So he became my enemy, and I have to run away from him. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
So what I'm saying to the parents is, please don't just say, hey, Okoto weed mebo. No, let the kid know that the weed is going to fuck up his brain. The weed is not good for his health. It's like this, it's like that. You can
Yes.
even buy the weed and show it to the kid that this is it. So that when you go to school and somebody shows it to you, say, hey, this is just your kid already knows the bad things already. Do you understand? Because without knowing, and then you put God fear in the person, it's not God fear that's not gonna make me smoke or not.
Yes.
No, it's about the knowledge. It's about we knowing that when we say no to drugs, like the kids that say no to drugs. No, I've smoked it, I've sniffed it, I've injected it, and I know how it feels. So when I say no, because what is it? It's just the euphoria, and it lasts 5 minutes. It's so expensive, and then you take a shot, and then 5 minutes is gone. You still want that feeling back, so you'll be shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. Know what I'm saying, and that's what
Wow.
caused the liver failures and stuff like that.
Wow.
That's what I
Wow.
learned.
Wow. I really love the message from Nada, and I hope say abusuafo no bi esua. Thank you so much. God bless you, Charlie. Wama.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Yes. One. What I say, because Nada and so a be in a different way,
Yeah.
which is very very important. What I say, being a mother, okay, me say enkonum koke, my catch say enkonum koke because koke be how, but minima dey koke,
Yeah.
right? Me say enkonum we, but minima dey we.
The,
So
the thing is that
sometimes
they don't even have time to educate the kids.
yes,
Omu ni adaje a omu educate kid. But sa uni ho na wanye family meetings a e de nneoma bebree beba.
okay,
Nti ehia bia se abusua bia e have a family meeting. No omu omu discussion. No omu hu nneoma e hankwala no. No omu so present nneoma e be say omu life. E be say drug abuse. But many family are failing because they don't have time for their kids.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, so yeah, but share signs and symptoms of drug abuse.
So identification signs and symptoms. One is physical signs.
Okay,
So under the physical signs, we have red eyes,
okay,
poor hygiene.
Okay. So before we go to these symptoms, signs and symptoms, no, make can be kakra about first identification sign.
okay,
So be starting no in Dubonia. Let's try about time say, pay attention to these signs. Nipan first of all be isolating itself from you. Or be training home. Or be training home every so start so joining this group or be start isolating itself from you.
okay,
Nti sɛ wo maame wo ba no sɛ ɔhyɛ ne kɔna bi ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛget closer to you. Okay, afei ade a aduane bi a ne yɛ ne favorite a na ɔpɛ paa no ɔbɛ reject it. Sɛ most of them sɛ bi a akwasi Sundays bi mo ayɛ fufuo anaasɛ jollof rice and the rest no ɔbɛ reject it because ɔpɛ ade a ɛyɛ sugary things.
okay,
Ɔpɛ ade a ɛyɛ chilled thing. Te sɛ Fanta bi a akyele paa nsa na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔnom. Anaasɛ biribi a sugar wom a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔnom a ɛno na ne ho bɛbaa no. Nti those are the first identifications. Afei wobɛhu sɛ ɔmo nanteɛ no
that's
astarte ɔmo tɔɔge.
yo kakra bem.
Ɔmo asɛ ɔkwa no ɔtɔɔge. Nti wobɛhu sɛ wowɔ fie wo si a ɛnɛ deɛ mebɛyi deɛ sisi adeɛ m sɛ ɔyɛ guy o ɛyɛ weak guy.
Okay,
Ɛyɛ ndubɔne guy. Yɛwɔ age bi a nkwalaa ni boys ni bi do saa ɔmo age group no age no etumi ɛyɛ saa. But once a nipa ni start join saa ɔpɛ sɛ ɔfit in ɔpɛ sɛ ɔdo everything like them. Nti wobɛhu sɛ ne nante a start na ɛsesa. Afei ɔmo wɔ old perfumes to just put your mind away. Nti no sɛ makɔ smoky onim sɛ scent bɛwɔ me ho. Nti mi wɔ old perfumes bi a me de gu me ho.
kakra.
Nti wobɛhu sɛ me de gu me ho a obi twa mu koraa na kata akye no. So wo ho. Nti wobɛhu sɛ nipa wei. Ɛdeɛ perfume ni or de put your mind away. Ebi mo so use incense. Nti bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛ ɔmo say ɔmo fra saint. No. Nti sa ɔmo use to put your mind away. nti those are identification sign ne nante ɛbɛsesa afei na lighter ɛhyehyɛ ne wardrobes mu ne nneɛma mu na ɔde sie ebi mu koraa de doormat ɛwɔ ɔmo fie no ɔmo tumi wet wei na ɔmo de ahyɛ mu nti ɔmo hide nneɛma nti sɛ woyɛ maame na wotumi pay attention to this mebɛyi wɔnyare ɛɛdɛn na afei mema no aduane a wonni ɛɛdɛn na afei adeɛ a ɔpɛ te sɛ yɛrebɔ ball yi a world cup yi a yɛn nyinaa yɛne gye ho a ɛkɔhyia ɔmma ɔfrɛ no ɔmma we're isolating itself from the family. Those are the first identification signs.
Wow.
And some about signs and symptoms. Okay.
Emotional symptoms.
Okay, so you first okay physical symptoms.
Yeah.
And Anna.
Under
And
it, we have red
red
eyes.
eyes,
Those are feeling the knee, I call, yeah.
poor hygiene.
Poor hygiene. Afe obenya yare na a friend addiction na. Afe on care about the personal hygiene. On care about him or herself. On care about baby or that. Inti na is so surprised to me who se bi mu da cemetery. No more smoky. Hwe Colombia baby I call ye. Look at the environment. But ultimately that because when you are a friend addiction, on care about anything again. Yeah.
Wow.
So we are moving on to emotional symptoms.
Okay.
We have mood swings,
Moon swings. Okay.
anxiety.
Anxiety.
So the next one is behavioral signs.
Okay. So the moon. Yeah. Okay. First of okay. Second one here then. Emotional symptoms. Okay. Moon swings. Afe. Ube says sometimes Mommy when who pass obey. There is something wrong with the person. Okay, kasa no cry because all taking craving into all feel cry. Ebi to me e shout ebi mu ho a and no be kama adechi afeel hu na o kasa ne ho anu we yi nani on feel like da bia no ase
Adofo.
and na no aye kama ochina na nani mu asan asesa bio.
So physical symptoms.
Yeah.
We have lack of coordination, excessive sleeping and insomnia.
Lack of sleep.
Yes, please. And social signs, bad company, frequent
Okay.
conflict with others.
Okay. Nti your signs ni bi to say insomnia. I feel like lack of sleep. Obe finding it very difficult to sleep. To be honest, say nipa so ti ho 1 9 ne adetia onda unye all night. Wa unkwa adwuma bia. Nti na ebi mu ye adwuma wa brotre day na night no mo rest kakra no masan ko bi mu so ko night omo da even nurses for omo run shift say one na e affect brain no nti no lack of sleep so the nubonika wano you find it sometimes very difficult to sleep. Okay, we go so fast.
Mental symptoms. The mental symptoms under it confusion,
Confusion,
poor judgment, serious symptoms.
yeah. It's mental symptoms. You be confused, you become confused because all lack sleep. Into one now, okay, I am piety. Hey, so one call out night. Now one na adibeche. I say, unyari so unti apo. Who say, who ye be. It's esa all lack concentration. So concentration no. Insisi papa nti hwe se obi a one a week by when we the end there to amu saa nti ma unya poor judgment na pacho.
So the next one is academic science, poor school performance,
Of course.
frequent absenteeism.
Okay, so academic what symptoms academic science sorry first of all poor then
School performance.
good yen nyina yenim because me lose interest e wa adesua ne kra me sua nim se uko university se uko primary school se uko bibia the moment you become addicted to a drug your mind is on the drug until you lose concentration in school wankasa you will not even attend classes your performance in so say very poor. Yeah.
Remember, I want Nadia to come here because I say, oh, I say me come her. That about academic science, no. Why do you have to say like, oh, we become her?
Yeah, a lot because Namutimi skip a class. We have I was a pharmaceutical technician student, okay, and we have only 4 hours in school. I could start lectures. Me free face me ba me call hostel, I could dress it properly to go to class. Before, by the way, I would go and smoke heavily before going to class. So major class, I'm 1 hour late. There was a time that I went to smoke heavily, and then we were writing exams. Major on no, I'm level 2. I'm going to file level 304 paper, na metro.
Which unnim celebrate.
Menyan drew ho cry.
Sometimes no I find.
Menim, hey, bomb and I made the intro. It's what is electricity? Miss electricity so there. I mean, so
Eh,
now
unsuan.
what I say? After the I cut 10 minutes. Medane ya 3A. So what a wow. And I'm gonna call my lecture. Let's say, now who was school? Like,
Wow. We no. Okay.
Next one. Last one.
So the effects of drug addiction:
Okay.
poor academic performances,
Good.
damage to the vital organs such as liver, heart, and lungs, mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, and psychosis,
Okay.
violence and crime, family conflict, sexual and transmitted diseases,
Okay.
addiction and dependency.
Okay. Yo, me that say okay effect
Of drug addiction.
of drug addiction. Say yeni ampo ye ba hey. Looking at ye maya eni omo hey ye who say de bia me ka say nduboni no. Drug abuse, addiction, it ends dreams. It ends every dream. Say wo ya kwala na wa ye say o pese that o ye doctor, nurse, teacher. The moment odi wo be kwa koto nduboni no. Unya adwen bia na wo di adwen say o say me yese because nduboni ni say ho. Decision making. Say, oh, me be say me make a decision. Say, exam seat. Say, the nana the actual. Be say me pass it. Na me call level 300. But rather, oko yeah the own rule. No. Until in the body end every dream. And no na ye number one. Number two, no oka poor what academic performances, as we said,
Damage
and to the vital organs,
such as
yeah,
liver, heart, and lungs.
liver, heart and lungs. Hwɛ de bia meka say tobacco, ɔmo yɛ tobacco no. Ɔmo di yɛ dem. Nanso in a way no ɔmo aboa yɛ sɛ ɔkɔtɔ tobacco in a park now. Wobɛhu sɛ sɛbi sɛ wonima kenkan koraa ɔmo draw obi a ne se ahye ato ho. Obi a ne nan ayɛ kuro. Yeah, draw and yoma baby at home. It is a minimum kind cry, mehwe. The reason why addiction is very difficult, so we see all those things,
but
we still go for it because when your problem with addiction, and you see it to me affect your vital organs. And the next one,
Mental health conditions.
mental health conditions into your drug induced psychosis, cannabis induced psychosis. Nkrofo bebree anum no bone no as a result of that no afi omunya hallucinations, if be hallucinations, if be delusions into what you no o believe say we nipa kese bi, o believe say grandiosity ni setting in, or believe say me a mete me your hinema bi na mete ha ni nyina hallucinations, five senses of hallucination ni nyina no bone ni say ho. Okay.
Addiction and dependency.
Addiction and dependency. So benya your types of addiction. Your drug addiction, substance use, and your process addiction. Substance addiction no, and I say psychoactive, omo addicted to psychoactive drugs, ebi na ye why ye can once. But your process addiction, it be a gambling and the rest, cess. Obi wɔ hɔ a ɔtena ɔntumi ntena ɛde mpo na ɔntumi ntena ɔne obi ana, but de yɛ nneɛma ɛyɛ huma yɛ ɛyɛ de ɛkɔ yɛ mu a affect yɛ nneɛma yɛ vital organs na ɛkɔ yɛ no. Nti sɛ wobɛnya yareɛ na ɛfrɛ no addiction na you cannot do away with everything unless drug no ɛna ɛyɛ wo priority. Nti sɛ me drug of choice ɛne ebi a marijuana anaa cocaine a m'adwene nyinaa block it until say menya bi. Nti se menya saa yare ni so a addiction because a chronic relapsing brain disorder. Yeka se bibi ye chronic because ye need permanent cure. Let me say any say obi ya malaria na suffer catch him say when ya malaria or manedro ebia for 3 days or no vehicle. Addiction is not like that. It's a long-term treatment. It's a long-term treatment. Relapses ba into bones will be to me stay sober for 10 years. One day pay now relapses about one training here. Into you say a chronic because you need permanent cure. And now a year relapsing because it keep on coming. So one sure who ye now your triggers and addiction no will to me a relapse no abebium. And it's a brain disorder because the moment you take psychoactive drugs, it changes the functions of the brain.
Wow.
And it's say one sure ye no benya addiction. I mean papa bi penny pa office and penny phone bia. Or say madam baby edun me num koko kura tis me no nsa. Nti da bia nsa wɔ ne bag wo tu kwan be cook baby a ɔno awo bia e wɔ ne bag because we do stage he cannot do away with everything unless he say we depend solely on the drug. Nti ne afraid be drug dependent and a drug dependency. Ni bibia ne life nyina we depend totally on the drug.
Wow. Yeah, we know. Okay. So, family. Last one. Conclusion.
Okay. The risk factors, yeah.
Risk factors.
Put will be into drugs.
Okay.
So genetic
predisposition.
yeah.
Okay, so my fan say yeah, I dream how and I read bebre or your genetic factors. Genetic factors is mental health. Your psychosocial factors, environmental factors. Into genetic factors, necessarily mebusuem. Me na nebi no monsan or the way. Me anti be we insan or the way. Missy where be and sandy kunu. Nature say James ne we busuani.
Okay.
And so se manhwe yi a na mekɔ aware bɔne bi mekɔ ɔhaw bi mu na mekɔfa nsa no mu a me prone to that se metumi develop saa yare no
Wow.
anti see genetic history and genetic factors nti nkwala nde bia meka trom say because you don't know your background stay away from drugs. If you say the moment se me mebusuam ebi wo ho na wo abusuam ebi ni ho a difficult say we be develop adwemu how and I say addiction by me because my background be woman me the come and show ya me develop this area. Okay.
Wow.
Early exposure to psychoactive drugs.
It's early exposure. Ti say baby a wote ye ton san wo ho o ma me obi be ton san ko guma no no afra kwesi besin ko she nsan ma obi say o ya akwala o you so young but you have been exposed to the drugs. Me ton jot ko yi jot man akwa obi to jot kwadwo nti oni minimum bi a na omo fie omo tumi de tobacco jot egugu omo so ya can genetic factors na we na dey bi mu mental health disorders. Your condition ni bi o ho a wunya because unye stable ninti you'll be forced to use drugs because mental state enye. I don't want to mention name BT says schizophrenia say omo ewo saa yare no bebre ta smoky tobacco ni pa so it is omo pese calm omo down nti adwemu how etumi ma obi develop saa addiction yare no fast.
Last week.
Early exposure to psychoactive drugs.
Yeah.
Or alcohol.
Okay. Yeah.
Some key prevention strategies.
Okay. It's a better preventive drug abuse. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So education and awareness.
Education and awareness.
Strong family support.
Okay.
Healthy coping skills. Avoiding peer influence. Law enforcement.
Okay.
Okay. So prevention better here a preventing prevention programs. You believe we say better prevented than the people coming here. We are also tired, even though it's a facility, but we are tired. We don't want the younger ones to come in. So we believe say better prevention programs so that enqualaning to me emetom. Into prevention programs in the mestre Ghana phobia say omumbra no musu nyina emeboae. Into okay ha conclusion.
Drug addiction is a global public threat and
Good.
future of young people.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding its causes, signs, and effects, and prevention method can help society fight against it. Substance use disorder is a chronic disease condition that affects both the brain and behavior, leading to compulsive use of substances despite the harmful consequences.
Okay.
It changes how the brain reward, memory, and control system function, making it difficult for individuals to stop without help. However, with proper treatment, support, and commitment, recovery is possible, and many people are able to regain healthy and productive lives.
Okay, so me can deɛ ɔka ne nyinaa ne sɛ substance abuse ɛnyɛ Ghana problem, a global problem, and it's a global threat, public threat. If you say me ti hey, minimum bebree a ɔmo ewu agya ɔmo ma no ho because of drugs. Minim bebree abusua bebree mu emu atete because of drugs. Minim nkurɔfoɔ bebree a ɔmo career ayɛnde because of drugs. So it's a public threat and a global problem. Inti uko country biya wo the way out to me sorting in nuboni and one something. By Ghana no, because of our misconceptions. Inti amaye into me who say a problem a yare na ye beboa no more manya bino etumi frame. You need sa ideas no. Inti and then a honey you be saying me aduma a besa atuasu.
Okay, my good people. I know, say, why you share for watching today's program. What I say, Nyamishrao, this is how I per se prevented the youth, young ones coming up on so Edom who be right in the body because you have learned, say, preventing the people from entering the situation far better than say, Yabemo Mabitum, near try see you me film. They said, they might kind a long term. They said, so be addiction. It's taking a whole life because we me call out of 10 years one day. So I am careful to me side a boom. This is why I was say careful near tree and who united if you Charlie. We are here and we are telling you that Charlie, let's come together and say a big no to drugs and yes to life. We love you guys so much. We love you so much. Mama,
Thank you.
Show. Bro, big blessings. And evangelist and so agent big shout out to us. Send me and your codidi and Oma by our evangelist Baba.
Audio Jungle.
Your boss was I say I do me Danny Danina I do me was sell Semedio and more in the